Alright guys, so it's time for, well, not necessarily an update on this solar generator, but a bit of maintenance on it. Anyway, it's gathered quite a bit of dust. This thing doesn't get a whole heck of a lot of use. I use it to power my Christmas lights in the winter, but it's been sitting here for quite a while. Haven't checked the water levels in the batteries because really I haven't had them go down in quite some time, but the thing is fully charged at this point. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the power input before we do anything here. But I've got 3 batteries on this thing currently. There's one down here and then these 2 in the cart. But I'm going to go ahead and pop the tops off the batteries. We're going to check the fluid levels. I'm also going to check out and see if you remember this thing. Or if you saw that video, it's on my channel. I'm building the wireless solar power monitor. We'll see if the accuracy of that thing's holding up or not. I'm also going to put a load on these batteries and drain them down a ways, or hopefully drain them down quite a ways, because it is actually good to cycle lead acid batteries every once in a great while, especially when they've been sitting float charging for so long. But we're going to go ahead and pull the top off of this. And sometimes it's easier if you move this stuff a little bit better to pull the sides down on the wagon. There's that. I could actually take the inverter off. But anyway, that's one of my batteries. That is an Everstart branded. They're all made by the same company anyway. But yeah, cheap Walmart battery. Does a pretty good job actually. 109 amp hours. 6 of 14. So these batteries are going on 3 years old now. Terminals are still relatively clean on them and everything like that because they've just been sitting in a box. Got a little bit of dust on the top of them, but I'm going to go ahead and grab a screwdriver and pop the caps off and check the fluid levels. I should be okay. Technically, it says it's a maintenance-free battery, but we'll see. You should probably wear gloves when you're doing this, but I think we'll be all right. Haven't had anything happen before. So these things like to sit on here pretty tight. Hopefully my arm's not too much in the way. And that one's full as well. So anyway, just by the way, when you're doing this, proper safety precautions, you want safety glasses, and gloves probably wouldn't hurt you, but just wash the acid off if it gets on you. It's not like it's going to instantly burn your skin, so, or instantly melt it off or something like that. You played with enough of this stuff in chemistry class to the point where it's not scary anymore. Anyway, so that one's good. I'd imagine the rest of them are okay too, but I'm gonna go around and check them anyway, and I'll get back to you. The bottom battery actually is different. It's a group size 24 and it's 101 amp hours. Now, and it's full. So this battery's marked 1212, which means it's going on, let's see, 5 years. So this one's a little bit older. And they're still all full anyway, doesn't matter. Put those back on. This battery does actually have some nasty corrosion built up around that connector. That's not great. Should probably do something about that actually. Clean that off because that looks absolutely disgusting. Alright, so I brought this guy back out here, our old solar power monitor. So if we turn this on, we should get a voltage reading out of it. And I just want to compare that against the multimeter again. So 13.45 volts is the measured by that thing. And if I put this across here, it shouldn't be hugely out. 13.48, and this is repeating. It's 13.45 and 13.48, so yeah, no worries there. Close enough anyway. And we'll do an amps measurement as well, which I'll just put the clamp around one of these wires coming in from the solar panel or out to the battery would be the right spot, I think. Put this here, we'll zero that out. and then hook up the power again. And it should spike up for a little bit. This meter does not like to stay zeroed for some reason. Okay, so that's reading like 1/10 of an amp currently, but whatever. I'll plug this in, it should start to charge. 4.4 amps, gonna have to let it settle in probably. 7 amps, and now it's gone into PWM mode, hasn't it? So really bright light hooked up to the inverter's output. Turn this on. I don't know if the light's on or not. It's off. That's probably a good thing. No, it's not off. Never mind. So that is drawing, let's see, 530 watts out of the batteries. 520, 510, somewhere in there. It's actually holding voltage pretty good according to that, 13.3 something. There we go, we've gotten out of the PWM mode. We're reporting 12.5 volts, 80-ish watts, 70, clouds going in. That's kind of annoying because I wanted to get a good comparison off of that meter, which is saying 7.8 amps currently, and this is saying 7.7, so not off by much if it is off. It's very close enough. Be nice if the sun would stay out though. 7.8 amps is what the meter still has. 7.8, 7.7. This is saying 7.65, 7.54. Yeah, it's probably close enough. Anyway, drawing in 92 watts from the solar array. The solar array, which is 145 watts in total. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect that now. So I just disconnected the solar. All right. So currently we are at 12.14 volts. We don't have any solar power coming in. We are drawing 540 watts out. Looks like according to the inverter we have 11.8 volts, but that's going to have some drop in it. So we're pulling 540, 550 watts, which is right at what this inverter is rated for, if I remember correctly. Let's see, 55 amps continuous. So yeah, it's going to be about 550 watts or so. It doesn't have big numbers telling you what the rating is, which is kind of annoying. 5 amps. Yeah, whatever. It's within rating. So I've got the 500 watt light, and I've got a battery charger plugged into it, which is just topping off the battery for the generator here. So yes, I have invented the battery-powered battery charger in the least efficient way possible, but it'll work. You can also check and see how many amps are drawn out of the battery through the inverter as well, since I don't have that measurement on here. But this will be a good stress test for the inverter because it's running at max load at this point. Yeah, 52 amps. 52.5 amps coming out of the battery, so it'll be a good test for the inverter, it'll be a good test for the batteries. And basically the way that these batteries are gonna sit, it's probably gonna sit at like 12.2 volts-ish for quite a while, until it starts to drastically drop off in capacity. I'm not sure how low I'm gonna take them, but we're just gonna see how long we can run this light for anyway. Be a good test for this old thing. So I'll be back later. Also on a side note here, this inverter, if we measure what's coming out of it, we have 117.2 volts, which is well within your 110 to 125 that you're supposed to get. Even though this thing's under full load, it's actually a pretty good inverter, even though I blew one of the MOSFETs up in it when I first got it. After repairing that, I haven't had any issues with it, so still going pretty strong. Alright, so this battery bank is still in really good condition actually. It was running that light for about 3 hours. It cut off somewhere in there. I'm not sure. The inverter may have overheated, but it completely turned itself off apparently, but I don't know, something happened to it. But it was at about 12.2 volts and no issues, so anyway, I'm going to go and charge this back up. I hooked the solar power back up into it, but I'm going to charge it off of a little battery charger as well, just to help speed it up a little bit and keep a constant charge on it, because it's won't be long now and the sun will be going down in this area. So anyway, that's a little update on this solar generator setup, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.